you said we haven't been perfect, but we both agree on abstaining is the way to go. So are you guys continuing to not be perfect?
No, that's what we're agreeing upon.
So you're
just
saying
because you
there's,
mess up
like,
doesn't mean it
slip-ups?
all goes out the window.
Right, but I'm saying like, so you've already had the slip up, correct?
Correct.
Has there been more than one slip up?
They're trying to be perfect.
Who's to say?
Do you ever just slip up on purpose?
So you mean on purpose? Just intentionally? No, that's what the point of trying very hard not to means.
But have you slipped up multiple times?
We have not been perfect, and that's what I'm going to leave it at.
Just answer
Yes.
the question.
She's saying
Come on.
yes.
Okay, so I guess how recently has the most recent slip up been?
Say yesterday.
Today.
Poor
No,
girl's dad is watching.
How recent?
About a week ago.
About a week ago.
About a week ago.
See,
Don't quote
this-
Bobby Schmurda to me. Not in this case.
Now look, my understanding of Christianity is Christianity is not about being perfect,
It's not.
Nope.
but
Oh, here we go.
This is where this whole I don't know how to explain it. We were gonna get into the whole waiting for sex thing. Isn't it kind of like practice what you preach a little bit? Because if you keep telling each other in your relationship, because this is what you wrote, we both agree on abstaining is the way to go, but you don't. For example, if you both
Well, that's not the
agree-
default state of being. Oh no, it's totally fine. But we know that's the right thing. That's not the intention.
But you both
That's not
have
the goal.
agency, right? Do you guys
Yeah.
are you guys both drinking?
No, I actually don't drink.
Okay, so that's even more agency that you have. You can't even blame it on liquor.
Well, I wouldn't blame it on liquor anyway. That's kind of a cop out.
fair
You have
enough.
to take
Fair enough.
take
But-
accountability.
But it's for example, right? So again, Christianity is not about being perfect. But for example, if I were to encounter a Muslim
Okay.
and this Muslim was constantly eating bacon all the time, and they were not adhering to Islamic doctrine and worldview, but they considered themselves a Muslim, even though I'm not. For example, I'm not Muslim. I would sort of, as an outsider, would look at that and perhaps question, well, are you genuinely a Muslim?
Yeah, of course, I can see that, and that's why all of us on Earth are not equipped to judge one another. And I'm not saying
Actually, we are equipped to judge each other.
you're allowed to discern, but judge, say,
no, we
look,
can-
you're not a follower, you're not this. You can make your own notion. I think that's smart to do. But to genuinely say, oh, you don't believe this, I feel like that's a little out of everyone else's wheelhouse.
Well,
And-
but so I think one of the criticisms, at least when it comes to Christianity, is that so people view Christianity as this, at least a lot of these mainstream churches, as this weak religion that just sort of allows anything.
Disagree.
Well, do you think women can be
Disagree.
clergy?
No.
Hold on. Oh my God.
Sorry.
God damn. Okay, please answer your question.
Gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with no on that one.
I don't think that was going to be your answer. But,
You didn't think it was gonna be my answer?
Well, if you had to think about it.
So, I wanted to phrase it very carefully. That's a very hot button issue. It doesn't
How
mean
is it hot? Hold on. It's a hot button
because
issue
some people
within Christianity.
because clergy,
It's
I don't
literally
really
a heresy.
subscribe to
It's literally
that
a heresy.
kind of thing. I'm
From-
still talking.
Even in Protestant, even if you're a Protestant, it's a heresy. Shouldn't it be an instant? Okay.
So anyway,
This poisoned
leading-
the well though, but okay.
Sorry.
there's no condemnation in those in Christ Jesus. But anyway,
I
for
don't
that
even know
part,
what you're
I don't
saying,
think.
but okay.
When I think of clergy, I think of priests. I think of, which I don't actually subscribe to that idea. You don't need a priest. That's what Jesus Christ is for. But as far as women being able to teach, of course, that's how you teach other women and disciple them. But as far as pastoral, no. There's a leadership that kind of is bestowed upon men, and they should kind of step into that. And it's not really our place to take that from them.
Okay. I don't know.
I want to. What is this poisoned well thing? What did I poison?
It wasn't you. So she said no when the direction was
Oh,
to
I see.
you,
I see.
And then
Okay.
people are very easily influenced.
Oh no.
And so
yeah,
if I ask a question and everybody else says no,
Yeah, I understand.
If you're inclined to say yes,
No.
you'll probably just like from the pressure of everybody else.
I wanted to distinguish, like when you're in small, I don't know if you guys know too much about Christianity, but we have like discipleship groups. It's like you have a more mature Christian mentoring the younger ones. That happens male to male and then female to female. So I have a spiritual mom, so to speak. That's discipleship, that's teaching, that's being a leader, but it's not necessarily being a pastor. There's a difference in that. So my answer to like women being a pastor and getting up on the pulpit,
Is clergy
don't
different
think.
than pastor? I wouldn't know.
Clergy sounds very Catholic to me. I don't know about any of that. It's a lot of extra rules, and somehow you just say one thing and everything is fine. And that's not what the Bible teaches. So I'm going to stay away from that because I don't know what that entails fully.
Can I also ask, what exactly are they teaching you? Like, what's your...
Like, what do you do in discipleship and small groups?
Yeah, like you said you have someone above you, like teaching you, like, what is
It's
she
like a very
teaching you?
casual thing. So she's telling me, like, here's how I go through hard seasons. Here's how I resist temptation. Here's what I have done in my own life. And it's more relatable because she's an older woman. So it's a little
She has
bit
more
easier.
experience.
Yeah, she's more experienced. It's a little bit different than like an older man talking to me about how he fights temptation. It's a different battle.
Does he
you
tell,
know?
or does she tell you about like things that she messed up on earlier?
Yes,
in life
of
too?
course. And that's the very real part of this is here's all of the times where I've tried so hard to live this way, to live the way Jesus lived, but I am not Jesus. I'm not perfect. I fall, I stumble, but that doesn't mean you just give up and quit. So that's kind of what we're...
Everything she's been through, does it always relate back to Jesus for her getting through it?
Most of the time, yeah. So, like, I mean, earlier seasons when she wasn't a Christian, she's like, I felt really lost. I didn't know what to do. I thought all these things were going to help me, and they didn't. And she became a Christian, and she said, okay, well, now I understand why this is how I want to live my life. So it's nice to see the before and after, too. That's my personal relationship with my spiritual mentor. I'm sure everyone's is different, but...
I guess this is why it's kind of, and we'll get into the whole like waiting for sex thing in a bit. This is why it's hard for me to take even Christian women
I would like to see,
seriously,
like, if a man came on who's,
especially
like,
reformed
on
women.
this.
What do you mean?
Like, I want to see if, like, a Christian guy came on the show and was like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Like, how would it be received? Would
do
you
you
get the
mean?
same... Like, would you get the rapid fire? Like, what did you do this? When did you do this? What was the last time you slipped up? I want to know, like, how would that be experienced? Would you ask him the same questions?
I think so.
I mean, if he came
Yeah.
on and was like preaching heavily that you ought to wait to have sex, you shouldn't have sex before marriage, and then there's like videos of him like going out to the bar and like f***ing chicks, yeah, I would ask the
Well,
same
yeah,
exact
if he's
questions.
like, if he's going to go and say that and then do it that very night, I feel like that's a problem. But if this is like, I found this video of you 10 years ago, it's like, well, now I know the truth. Am I supposed to just stay in that because I messed up once and I didn't know any better? Do you just never go back to it?
Wait, I'm not sure what you're
Are you
talking
lost?
about.
So someone who kind of found out this is the truth and now I know better. Do you just stop because
Wait,
oh
but
well
you knew
it's too
better.
late?
You knew.
Yeah.
Okay, you were.
We're talking
hold
1
on.
week ago.
Yeah.
Hold on. You were. Hold on.
6
You were,
months, guys.
No,
Come
no.
on.
You guys are. Well, the framing on this is totally not. You came on the show 9 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
You were single. 9 months ago, your worldview was not to have sex before marriage. So it's not. This is like a. I think it's called a post hoc justification. Your worldview and value system was already don't have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
You were single. You then 3 months later met a guy, and then shortly into your relationship, you guys had sex, and you've had multiple slip-ups.
Allegedly.
Wait,
And then you had sex as recently as a week ago.
Okay, but the frequency of time versus like you're trying to turn away every single day. Like it's a battle every single day.
Yeah, but so are they, and they're coming on here honest and saying they've had
Exactly.
sex. So it's not fair to be like, well, I'm religious and I'm reformed, so I don't have to face the consequences, and they're gonna get shit, but they're just being honest.
whoa.
I would like to say I'll
Me
totally
too,
take.
when I talk
I'll
about
take
it.
all the consequences. I'm telling you, it's really hard, and if I could find a way out of this, I totally would.
What?
but-
Hold on.
I
Where's
think
the
it-
accountability? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Where's the
What?
accountability? Find the way out of this.
I think
Do you
it,
not have,
Like if
just don't have sex?
it's still really hard to
I think
not
it
do
looks a
that.
little worse when you're preaching that people shouldn't do it and then
Yeah.
you're doing it.
Yeah, but
You've
okay,
been
but
nice
hold
and
on.
you've been
But
honest,
doing
so.
but doing it every single day like it doesn't matter is very different than I had a
you
slip
murder
up here.
someone.
I had a
with
slip
that.
up
But
here.
nobody hears.
That's where you lose me.
Go ahead, Abigail. Go ahead.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can say, like, yeah, it doesn't happen every day, but still, it happened, and you're out here preaching, don't have sex before marriage. He just makes a good point when he says, practice what you preach.
Yeah, I
mean,
think so,
you,
too.
yes, you made a mistake,
yeah.
so don't preach on it.
Oh,
Well, I'm still obligated
well,
to tell people the
yeah,
truth. Like, hey, it's not a great thing to be doing, and I have made mistakes.
I think it's okay to make mistakes and then be like, don't do this because I did this and I knew it wasn't right. But then the problem comes in when you're saying, well, they're fucking around. So
Well, I
something's
never.
wrong
Hold
with
on,
them.
I never said that. I supported JoJo when she said I would
Maybe it was
rather
Brian
not
then.
have.
Maybe
It was Brian. It was
Okay.
Brian. It
So
wasn't
then I
me.
got it mixed up.
But hold on, I
supported me.
supported everyone who said I think
Yeah.
waiting is a good idea.
I think we're talking on a
That's what I'm
bigger
saying.
issue. You were very
That's what I
honest.
said.
Listen, I'm
Thank
still on
you.
your side, please.
Thank you.
I need you in my life.
misunderstood.
But also, like the bigger thing, Brian, what you said of Christianity is not about being perfect. I think at least I feel I have the duty to be as honest and forthcoming as I possibly can be,
Sure.
because I could have easily said, nope, never did that.
Yeah, you could have lied.
I could have
Yeah.
lied. I could have lied. I could have done
No,
that,
I
and that's
appreciate-
what.
No, I appreciate your honesty.
Thank you, and that's what
Absolutely.
to me that's what a hypocrite is,
Yeah, when
and
they
that's the
lie.
only people that Jesus criticized. It wasn't the woman at the well who had many husbands. He said, "No, I love you. Don't do this anymore." Like it's a thing. But it was the hypocrites who said, "We're just so perfect. You can't do any of this," and lied about all the stuff when they were, sinning. So that's kind of where I'm
I guess-
coming
that.
from.
It shows
I'm still a
another
human
form of,
being.
like,
Like I have
religion.
needs. Like
That makes sense.
Your honesty is remarkable.